Looks like it's started.
So this is round 5 from the Mississippi Valley Regional Championships. This is Drew Holton from the Taka with special guest Abe Morales. This is going to be a good match. We have Travion Tiller on the left versus James Hart on the right. What do you think, Abe?
Well, it looks like it's an interesting match. We see Rayquaza here, so it's probably going to be Rayquaza Eels going on, and obviously Darkrai Mewtwo, so we got some little Darkrai action.
Yeah, we did see an earlier match. It was Jay Hornug was playing Darkrai Travion actually versus Eels deck, but it didn't have Rayquaza in it, so we will see how this matchup plays out, whether Travion has any fighting Pokemon in his deck like Jay had or not. All those things definitely factor in.
Yep. See him getting Level Ball for a Dynamo.
Yeah, it looks like he played a Level Ball, went all the way through, and then played a second Level Ball. I actually kind of like to see that from players. I don't like combining stuff like Level Balls because maybe you don't get anything with the first one. So it's big for the Eels deck to get as many Dynamos out as you can on the first turn. They are fragile little beasts. All right, we'll see if he chooses the Celestial Roar or something here. You never know.
It's like he computer search, discarding Juniper and a random receiver.
Yep. So you have to believe he probably has another supporter in his hand if he's just gonna discard both those cards for that.
Most likely that's the case.
And a Moga. Don't see that too often. It's first attack lets you search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, right?
Yep. That's probably the main attack you'd like to use it with.
Yeah, you really gotta get those Dynamos out.
Well, look like a catcher for the Darkrai. Attached fire, retreating. Now he's used.
Yep, there's the Juniper, as we deduced.
Exactly.
And he did play a switch there, so he gets to keep that fire on the Rayquaza. And he passes, so I guess, does that attack cost 1 energy, or is it free?
I believe it's 1 energy.
Okay. So maybe he felt like these 2 Dynamos were good enough.
I guess so. Put down the Eelektrik on Mewtwo. Ultra Ball, random receiver, discarding random receiver, and also, let's see what else he discards.
Yeah. The Eelektrik.
Dark Energy?
It looks like a Dark Energy. And that Eelektrik on Mewtwo is, I think it's kind of huge in this matchup. It forces the Rayquaza to discard 1 additional energy. It messes up the math for that. Rayquaza does 60 damage for each energy you discard for the attack. And normally you would discard 3 to knock out a Mewtwo or a Darkrai, but with Eelektrik you need the 4th, unless you have like a plus power or a Scrapper or something.
Good move with the Dark Patch, getting that energy back, and you just end.
Yep, so we see an N. N is just a huge card in this format. It increases the luck factor, I think, a little bit, but when it's the best draw, you gotta play it.
Yep.
And this is table 1, round 5. Both these players are 4-0. Looks like he does play double colorless for the Mewtwo, obviously.
Yep. Attaches an energy and an Eelektrik.
Second Eelektrik. I wonder if James plays like Tool Scrapper or something like that to get rid of those Eelektriks.
That might come in handy. That'll definitely come in handy, actually. Eelektrik seems to have a lot of negative problems for people trying to knock out Pokemon easily.
Yeah, it definitely does that.
Gotcha.
And right back at James. Who do you think's got the advantage here, Abe? Right after this, both players have had 1 turn.
Well, I mean, it seems pretty even right now. There's nothing really negative going, or no big things going on. It's like, I mean, getting the energy on the discard for the Eelektrik would definitely help out. I don't think he discarded any though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I mean, if he can get his Eelektrik set up and hopefully start discarding the electric energy to start attaching him, that would definitely help out.
Yeah, and he did play an end there, so he's going to have to use an Ultra Ball this turn if he wants to get in right away, right now.
Yeah, that'll definitely help out somewhat.
Yeah, that would definitely help. If he had an Ultra Ball, he could get an Eel out as well. So it doesn't look like he has any of those cards we were talking about. He's going to have to just pass. Wow.
He's slowly powering up the Rayquaza. Now he's going to start trying to knock out the Dynamos. Hopefully see if he can get them.
Yeah, I'm sure James would have liked the faster start there to apply some pressure instead of Dynamos and just gonna start biting the dust.
Yep. He did discard energy for the Ultra Ball, so he might most likely will have a Dark Patch ready to start attacking.
Yeah, I think he used an Ultra Ball or a Dark Patch last turn because he has 2 energy in play. I'm not sure if he has any other Darks in the discard pile.
Random receiver for Bianca, I believe so.
Alright, looks like he has 3 cards in his hand, so he's going to play 1 and draw 4.
Let's see.
And there's a Buffalon as well. It's a big card. It does a lot of damage versus EX attackers. Goldbreaker, 60 plus 60 more damage if your opponent Pokemon is an EX.
Yep.
And he already plays the DC for Mewtwo. He might as well, throw a Buffalon in there.
Yep. Those definitely come in handy, especially with that ability.
Yeah, and Buffalon also has the ability of an Eviolite.
And if you attach another Eviolite on it, so it makes it even harder to knock it out.
Yeah, that would be minus 40, which is just a huge amount of damage negated.
Yep. So you attach the energy to the Buffalon and passed.
We see Travion, I mean, he couldn't knock out that Dynamo though, so he was trying to capitalize some sort of early advantage there, knock out some Dynamos, but he was not able to do that.
Yeah.
And this seems like it's developing into a pretty slow game
process,
here.
Yeah.
See if it picks up at all.
Yes, yeah. He just tool scrappered, so that'll definitely help.
Yeah, it allows him to discard 3 again for the Dragon Burst attack with Rayquaza.
Still slowly powering up. Oh, I guess he passed.
And we have not seen an Eel.
Nope.
I wonder if he even plays one at this point.
It really,
triple Dynamo deck.
It really sucks. Like, the longer you go without Eels, the harder it is for you to actually be able to just maintain that, make sure that they don't get knocked out easily or anything like that, because then it just becomes a problem.
Yeah. The Dynamos get knocked out. If they're on the bench, they take 30 twice for his Eel. It's 3 times. But really nothing going on at all in this game.
Still a slow process.
And Amalga has free retreat, I believe, right?
Yep.
So that Rayquaza is just sitting pretty on the bench, ready to go. And no Eviolites is huge. It's 2 Eviolites down already.
Yeah.
And again, this is Drew, joined by Abraham Morales. He's been featured on a few of our videos before.
Looks like he's
as a player. This is his first time commentating. Special guest.
Huh.
It looks like... Not sure what he's trying to do. Maybe his hand is that bad. He's trying to...
Yeah. I mean, he catchered their Rayquaza and then sent out the Buffalon. Ooh. He just discarded Eelektrik.
So, James It didn't look like he had anything there either.
Wow.
It's, not much going on either side. He had to do Celestial Roar there, discard the top 3. Wow, this is...
Seeing that Eelektrik just get discarded is not helpful.
Yeah, and he doesn't have an Eel in play. Maybe he has some prized as well. You usually don't see this slow of a start.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to have those prizes because that does not help you at all.
And we will see if either of these players is able to get rolling here. The Buffalon does have free retreat from Darkrai's Dark Cloak ability, which gives any Pokemon with the Dark Energy free retreat.
Yep.
Alright, so another Ultra Ball. And we will see what Travion does. I'd like to see him try to get a hit on the Rayquaza. Maybe he can draw into an Eviolite as well.
Let's see. I think he's looking, trying to see if he can get that Dark Patch.
I'm not sure if he has it at all.
Probably not.
Looks like he has an energy switch, so
That
if
might
he wants
help.
to attack this turn, he can with a Darkrai perhaps.
Yep.
You know, if he can, he knows James doesn't have energy per se. He might be holding an Eelektrik, but he attached his Celestial Roar there. He didn't play supporter, I don't think, so maybe he can risk it, go in with the Darkrai or something like that. We'll see what he does. Looks like he's going Buffalon. Buffalon is actually probably safer here. Just do the 120.
Yep.
And not really sacrificing EX, potentially.
Exactly. So it's 120 damage.
Yeah, Goldbrigger. This is, you don't see games like this very often, just slow starts.
Yeah. Oh, there's the
There's
Eelektrik.
an Eel. About 6 turns in, we see an
Yeah.
Eel. Looks like he's just gonna take the prize off of the Buffalon here.
Yeah. Knocks that
And
out.
there he goes down to 5.
So that's the first prize that was finally taken.
What do you think has the advantage here? It's kind of an awkward board spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of weird, but like, I mean, he's so far Travion seems to probably have some sort of edge with the Eels still being out, so it might be a little difficult, especially since he's able to knock out this one Eel right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
James hasn't
that'll mean that 2 Eel are in the discard pile. So I mean, James has got to act fast to be able to maintain that his Tynos don't get knocked out either or anything like that.
Yeah. And we did see, I think James discarded Super Rod when he did that Celestial Roar too.
I think he may have too.
Yeah, and I think he had one in his hand though actually, so maybe he plays 2. But obviously it's not in his hand anymore though after this end. But yeah, I like Travion's spot. He's gonna knock out this Eel. One of the Rayquazas is heavily damaged.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got 120 and 2 Night Spears with it on the bench. The 30 damage will knock it out too. So those are like free prizes sitting pretty for him.
So let's see where he puts the damage on.
If that's what he chooses to do. But he's just gonna target, yeah.
He wants to get rid of those quickly, and I think might be a good idea.
Yeah, the deck really kind of sputters out without Eel, and he knows that, you know, there's 2 gone already. If I can just eliminate the rest, I'm sitting pretty.
Yeah, it'll make it harder for James to actually try to come back and rebuild all the stuff that he's lost.
And you know, that Rayquaza's not a threat either.
No.
It's not powered up at all.
And even if he tries to power it up, it's still a slow process, so it's 1 energy at a time. So
There's
definitely
the
gonna
Juniper.
hurt. Let's see what he gets from this.
You have to think like maybe an Eel is prized at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Well, I think I did see an eel. Yep, he just put an eel down, so he has one.
There's Rayquaza.
Definitely come in handy.
I spoke too soon. There it is. It's ready to go.
Yep. Having one eel, I mean, even with one eel, it's still very helpful to have because all you need is just that energy buildup, be able to put any additional energy on there from the ability and then just attaching for your turn.
Yeah. Eel is huge.
There you go.
But, I mean, Travion's attacking Darkrai still has that Eelektrik, so it's really hard to knock out in one hit.
Yep. So let's see what he does now. So
if he has a catcher here, he could really shut down the board position, but he chooses to just go ahead and take 3 prizes, I believe. And now he has 2 left. Let's see. So I'll update that prize count. It is now
he took 2 from the Darkrai.
2 to 3, I believe.
This game seems to be picking up somewhat. Oh, we know that there's an eel in the deck, so.
There is an eel. None are
So
prized.
it's none are prized. They're just in that deck, waiting to come out.
It is going to be an uphill battle for James.
Yeah.
But if he gets another eel out and gets a tool scrapper, he can knock out this Darkrai. That would be his ideal game plan, I have to imagine.
Yeah. He has to avoid any type of disruptions going on, either catchers or anything that could keep him from.
I mean, Travion has a ton of EX Pokemon out.
Yeah.
A ton. He doesn't even have to go through this Eelektrik Darkrai if he draws enough catchers, if his Eelektriks don't die. He can just completely avoid it if things go perfectly for him. I mean, Travion's got a Sableye down. I think James only has 3 prizes. So if he's able to knock out this Mewtwo and then next turn, catch up that Sableye.
Yeah. Let's see what he's doing now.
See what happens. And James needs a pretty good draw here. He needs to hit that last eel. Looks like he got an Ultra Ball.
Oh, looks like he got something here.
He needs to hit something off the prizes, though.
Yeah.
This is going to be close.
It is.
No one is ever out in this format, I've decided.
Gosh.
Wow.
It's a lot of luck with this one. 3 cards, and one of them ended up being an eel.
Wow.
There you go. Now the fun begins.
And
All
there
right,
it is.
next.
James has 1 prize left.
Knocked out the Mewtwo.
He just needs to take 1 more. The Sableye is a sitting duck there on Travion's bench. But on the other hand, James pretty much needs that catcher or it's over. I guess James could also just retreat next turn if he doesn't get it. And hope Travion doesn't have a catcher or something like that.
Yeah,
This is going to be close.
it is. Let's see. Oh, so he's doing 90.
See what happens
So
here.
Damage goes to.
Whatever one he. Alright, so it shows the eel there. Wow, this is a close one. We'll see what James got off his prizes and his draw. He would need some sort of switch and catcher type thing to get the. Or another Rayquaza. Something.
Yeah.
It's 2-1. James only has 1 prize left.
Ooh, another Rayquaza.
Wow. He's gonna apply the pressure here. Now, would you just attach 2 energy to this Rayquaza, and would you swing with it, or would you send up like a Mulga or something for a turn, hope to get 2 more energy on the Rayquaza the next turn?
I would, yeah. I mean, I would like. It's just not going to be as great as an attack right now. Well, I mean, with the only built-up Darkrai going on.
Wow, so he
is
actually
active.
Celestial Roars there, which is
Wow. Wait, that's.
interesting. Interesting play. You could
I'm
just
guessing
send
he's not expecting to get knocked out so easily.
up. Personally, I would unless he has an Eelektrik in his hand. If he has an Eelektrik in his hand, I think it's fine. Otherwise, I would have sent up a Mulga, I think, so I could get those 2 Eels the next turn after Mulga dies. But, I mean, if that's what he did, I have to believe he has an Lightning in his hand.
Yeah.
And if Travion has a catcher, but he doesn't have it.
Nope. So
Wow.
he does the 90 again.
Wow. That is...
Assuming he's going to go after the electric, yeah.
Oh, he top decked it. I wonder if he had it in his hand. That is...
Wow.
That's one of those things, like, I almost have to know. I have to go ask him, because he could have just sent up the Mulga, because Travion had 2 prizes left.
Exactly.
But we'll never know. So, James wins that one.
Comes out the victor in this one.
Wow.
Thumbs up.
That was a great game.
Slowly, but yet surely it still turned out well.
It was a slow
James.
start, yeah.
Yeah.
But James got rolling. He sent up that Rayquaza confidently in Celestial Roar.
Yeah. Even though it took a while, I still was able to pull it out.
And we see the power of Rayquaza versus other EXs if you're able to keep it going. Unstoppable force.
Yeah.
So James moves on to 5-0. Travion is 4-1 now. We still have just 4 more rounds in this long day. Anything's possible.
Still
Really
got
close
plenty of
game
games
there.
to go.
Wow. And anyone could have won that one. We've been having great games all day.
It was pretty much even until he was able to actually pull out his eels. I mean, one by one, but he's still coming out, and it definitely helped out.
Yeah, and even at the end, just one catcher would have ended the game as well.
Yep.
So we will be back with round 6. That was actually kind of a quick game
It was.
for how slow the starts were. Once those EX Pokemon start knocking each other out, things get rolling quickly. Prizes come off the board.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and cut the audio, and we'll be back with round 6 in a bit. Thanks for watching, guys. Spread the word. We love you. You have any closing thoughts, Abe?
Peace.
All right.